So together we had 12 months of unprecedented success in 2025, and now we're going to make history and break records with the epic midterm victory that we're going to pull off. It just doesn't seem to happen for people that win the presidency. It's an amazing phenomenon. You know, you win the presidency, and we sure as hell are having a successful presidency. I will say that. You got to win the midterms, because if we don't win the midterms, it's just going to be, I mean, they'll find a reason to impeach me. I'll get impeached.
That's President Trump warning the GOP about what could happen if they lose power in the upcoming midterms, hoping the focus stays on his first-year accomplishments in this second term. Joining me now is KA Consulting President and Fox News contributor Kellyanne Conway. She's also a former senior counsel to President Trump. Kellyanne, good to see you. Thank you so much for being here. What was your reaction to President Trump there when he was speaking with Republicans this week?
There's a huge dichotomy right now, Maria, between the two major political parties. On the one hand, you have the Republican Party under President Trump's leadership having gotten so much done in 2025. And so many of those fruits are going to take hold in 2026, particularly with respect to the One Big Beautiful Bill. We find in our polling, Maria, that voters like most the Trump accomplishments they know least. What do I mean? We all know about no tax on tips, Social Security overtime. That's done and dusted. What people don't know and really appreciate is that the child tax credit was doubled, that the corporate tax rate being lower than the OECD average in the developed world means that these companies are going to invest the savings from that tax break into their inventory, their personnel, their research development, maybe their AI technology. They also don't know about the 100% factory expensing. The list goes on and on. So I think for 2026 to be the year that all the hard and important things that were done in 2025 to be communicated, tell people affordability is better, prices go down when we have direct foreign investment for $18 trillion. How does that affect the average American? When energy dominance and this and production is happening in this country, no more war on fossil fuels, on fracking and the like, no more LNG permits being paused so that Putin can enrich and empower himself by producing oil and energy that we should be doing. And the list goes on and on. A secure border is about national security, but it's also economic security. Maria, you contrast that, as President Trump did, to the Democratic Party. What is their message? They are physiologically incapable of answering a question or forming a sentence that doesn't include the word Trump 17 times in a 4-word sentence. So that's all they've got. Maria, November 15th, 2022, President Trump announces re-election for president. 3 days later, folks, Jack Smith is appointed special counsel. So we know the Democrats are going to impeach. We know they're going to impugn, investigate, insult. We know that. This is all they have. And I want the American people to know that when it comes to bipartisan action, there's a thin record on the left. They simply are not willing to cross the aisle, including the 11 Democrats who sit in congressional districts that they and Trump won on the exact same day in 2024. Where are these people? Where are these so-called moderate Democrats? They've been purged from their party. Where's Joe Manchin? Where's Kyrsten Sinema? They were forced to resign or lose in primaries because the Democratic Party is very leftist now. So I think President Trump warning people that all this progress will stop and we'll go back to the Russia collusion delusion. We'll go back to a Mueller investigation. We'll go back to Jack Smith. And they're spending your tax dollars, Maria, on that kind of nonsense.
Right. And, you know, it seems like their only issue is anything but Trump. You know, but Republicans need better messaging other than, well, we're just not Democrats. So what is the messaging that the GOP needs to do in terms of translating the president's incredible accomplishments into a re-election win? I mean, are you worried about the midterms? You heard what President Trump said the other day. He said it's an unbelievable phenomenon. The sitting president usually loses seats in his party come the midterms. Do you believe that to happen again this year?
I think that if anybody defies conventional wisdom and history, it's President Trump. And voters have a way of either repeating history or making history, Maria, as we've seen very recently, particularly in the 10 years of the era of Trump. Here's the best bet and the best messaging for Republicans going into the midterms. We succeeded. Promises made, promises kept, and to remind people just how bad and broken everything was under Biden-Harris. And Democrats will say, they're not there anymore. We don't want to talk about them. Yeah, I bet you don't, Biden, Harris, Waltz, and the whole crew. But it's important that people remember they're digging out of so many holes. 26 consecutive quarters of inflation outpacing wage growth, a complete war on energy, an open border. All of that was very costly, literally and figuratively. Here's what I would say to Republicans. Remember my SAFE acronym: security, affordability, fairness, energy. And the E is also education. This is important, Maria. Security is economic security, national security, energy security, housing security. And I think security, freedom from crime and drugs and gangs and this feeling of chaos and uncertainty in so many of our cities. The A is affordability. That's easy. I've been talking about this for years. This is not a new Sesame Street Grover word of the month. This is in my book from 3.5 years ago. Affordability is real to people. And I like the fact that just yesterday the president is taking significant specific action on housing affordability, making home ownership more accessible and affordable to so many Americans for whom it's been out of reach and elusive. F is fairness. This is a big one, Maria. People felt that life was increasingly unfair. They didn't like DEI and ESG and BLM and CRT and all the nonsense acronyms that cost us money and treated people unfairly. President Trump has replaced those acronyms with the good old USA. But fairness is important. Fairness undergirds school choice policy, immigration policy, tax policy. We shouldn't have plumbers and welders paying for student loans of doctors and lawyers. People want to feel like they're being treated fairly for being good and decent. And the last one, the E in my SAFE acronym, security, affordability, fairness, is education. Largest one-time infusion of cash from the One Big Beautiful Bill in school choice. I want Democrats to cross that aisle and say we have an education crisis. We're going to work with Linda McMahon and President Trump, and we're going to put aside our partisan differences and try to get a lot of this relief to our inner cities, to kids who are trapped in failing schools. And the E is energy. What Secretary Wright and President Trump are doing to get more energy security, to bring gas prices down and home heating fuel prices down, Marie, in this cold winter for many families and businesses is incredible. Now I think they need to assure Americans that AI is here, the technology is good. None of this NIMBYism, none of this nonsense, Bernie Sanders and others trying to stop building the infrastructure so that we do have AI capacity. And I think there are so many positive on-offense messages for the Republicans to lean into and to warn people. If you start impeaching President Trump, whether you love him or not, all the progress will be stopped.
Well, I mean, the other thing about the big beautiful bill, by the way, I would mention is the depreciation issues there. I mean, you can actually now write off certain things that you weren't able to, before this, and that is a huge deal for business. So I think that when we start feeling the effects of the big beautiful bill, you're going to see a change in sentiment. I mean, I keep seeing all of this worry about affordability and about the economy, and yet, to me, I feel like things are going well. So there's a lot of propaganda, and the Democrats are very good at it. Very good at talking about how terrible things are, telling you it's raining when it's actually beautiful out. So there's that the Republicans have to counter. And, of course, it's going to be a big year. I know the primaries really kick off in March. So we're going to be, I hope, talking with you a lot this year going into the midterm elections. Kellyanne, thanks for being here.
Thanks, Maria.
All right, Kellyanne Conway joining us. Stay with us. We'll be right back.